Cody and TJ express their current mentalities heading into their rematch.
Is there a chance down the line that you guys bury the hatchet after this series is complete, however many fights down the line, and actually could find some common ground?
Here's the thing, on August 4th, I'm gonna knock TJ out, and then I'll give him an immediate rematch, and then end this trilogy with him, end this chapter and move on to my next, chapter in my career, whoever that might be, Demetrius, that might be Dominic Cruz. And, I'm excited to go in there and fight TJ, knock him out, and then give him a rematch and knock him out again. And like I said, end this chapter and move on.
Cody's tactic is to be dismissive of TJ. He's trying to minimize the role of Dillashaw in his life while expressing he is the one in control of his own fate. This won't be negotiated. He will take back what he believes TJ stole from him.
I'm good, how are you?
Cuckoo. And I have a surprise for you guys. I have a few surprises for you guys. I have a surprise for her. Boogie Woman is coming for heroes!
Joanna Jędrzejczyk should be a cautionary tale for Cody, creating a laundry list of future achievements in your imagination and expecting the rest of the world to go along for the ride is a recipe for major disappointment.
TJ, how do you feel about Cody as a person, as a fighter, and ultimately how this rivalry has developed over the last 2 years or so?
You know, you got to feel kind of bad for Cody. He's fighting a rivalry that's not even his. You know, this was put on his shoulders. He's got all this pressure behind this team and this rivalry that was created by Uriah and the team behind him, So, the way he's handled it's been a little childish, and, I was glad to put a stop to it the first time, and it's been a lot more enjoyable once you knock someone out, how they can't act tough anymore.
Yeesh. No mercy from the toe-headed viper. TJ has a reputation for being ruthless in the practice room. He has to win at everything, every time, and clearly, we're seeing a little of that mentality right here. What's more, Dillashaw has fully incorporated his shadow or dark side. TJ is able to wear snake imagery with pride. His walkout shirt for UFC 227 will be snakeskin print.
Little snake in the grass he is. He's a little snake in the grass. Where's the little snake? Where's the little weasel? Ah, there's a little snake in the grass right there.
By incorporating the charge of being a snake, Dillashaw gets to own the positive aspects of the metaphoric snake, as well as gaining some of the benefits from the snake's darker qualities.
Cody, your response?
He's been doing a lot of talking trash, and it's only been, fueled in my fire. And I'm hungrier than ever, more motivated than ever. I know that it was a fluke. I know I'm 100%, I'm healthy, I'm ready to go in there and recapture my gold and put TJ away.
The dreaded F word, fluke.
I know that it was a fluke.
The vanquished often apply this magic salve liberally on their bruised egos. While it may remove some immediacy from the sting of the loss, it does nothing to prepare you for the rematch. You can't learn from a fluke. There isn't a strategic tweak to account for a fluke. If Cody truly believes his loss was a fluke rather than a complex combination of factors, he's leaving the door wide open for another fluke.
How many times did I fuck you up in practice?
0, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I think it really was my hair being messed up. It was my kryptonite.
It's good to see the war of words between TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt continues. I was concerned after UFC 217 that Cody and the Alpha Male boys would clam up, which would be a damn shame, because this verbal heat is legit.
Wow! First world champ!
You guys are embarrassing, man.
Cheater. What? Why are we embarrassed?
Look how you handle yourself.
Who's I'm embarrassing?
Man. Yeah, you're embarrassing yourself, man. He's a hothead. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Cody's not very smart.
I'm on the cups of greatness, on the cups of dethroning
TJ is not exactly the king of repartee himself, but Garbrandt does seem uniquely dim-witted. And I mean that technically, not as a pejorative. Check out a few of Cody's verbal exchanges and see if you notice the well-worn path in Garbrandt's gray matter between the things said and his response.
Come on, man. This is all super predictable.
Predictable.
You're about to find out.
You're about to find out.
Look like Pee Wee Herman with that tie on.
Look at your tie.
But he doesn't have a chin, and he plays dangerous games. Doesn't have a chin. Okay.
Look at that big head.
All right, very good. So,
very good.
You're the one that's protecting that chin. What happened? Instead of just him screaming cuss words over the top of me.
I hardly hit you with my foot and you fell over. Hardly hit you. I was fine.
Okay, quit trying to act like a tough guy. Quit trying to act like a tough guy because there's a camera on you. Look at you. Validity behind him. There's nothing behind that.
Nice word, nice word.
You don't even know what it means. Spell it.
Without
stutter.
I told you not to pick that.
This isn't about you.
It isn't about you.
Down
I
two.
never had to chase in my life on December 30th. I ain't doing it. I don't have to.
Lock this dude in a room with a salty parrot and you've got hours of brain-melting debate.
I'm gonna make you quit. Except for lies. Habitual liar over there. Rumors. A horse's mouth. You're about to find out.
Remember the presser before UFC 217 and this little nugget?
One of the accusations made at TJ was the fact that he'd taken some special supplements.
Oh yeah, the guy's on everything.
Yeah.
He's on everything.
TJ?
Yeah, I'm on everything. They test me every day, so I'm on everything.
Funny, you're the one that showed everyone how to do it on Team Alpha Male.
Yeah, I'm the one that's now bringing it in. Yeah.
Look at him. He has nothing to say.
Wow, just wow. Even after this comes out of his mouth, it never dawns on Cody that he just threw himself and everyone at Alpha Male under the bus by stating they've all tried PEDs.
I've trained with the guy. I've trained with all of his teams, so they know how tough I am. And getting that victory, I'm even going to do it even smoother this time. It's a very tough fight for him. He knows that, as well as it's hard for you to come out and talk a bunch of crap when you just got knocked out.
Dillashaw decisively won the battle against Cody at UFC 217. As a result, he now occupies the high ground in the build-up for UFC 227, while Cody is left to defend himself and his chances with the vulnerable lowlands of excuse-making and the optimistic promises of how it will be different next time.
You know, that's no excuse. I don't want to make it like I'm excuses, but this is the thing. It was all around the world with these magical shots, you know, that were going to heal my back, heal it. But when I'm healthy, this guy will not ever stand a chance. Would never make it past round one. When I put him with that right hand, he'd be put to sleep.
It's tough for Cody to get the upper hand when every verbal exchange can ultimately be reduced to Dillashaw smiling and pointing at the scoreboard. It'll be interesting to see if the grind of sucking hind teat since UFC 217 will have an effect on Garbrandt's confidence in the octagon, especially if things start to go sideways for him. Or maybe it puts the right kind of chip on his shoulder to make for a more focused and aggressive version of Cody. What about Dillashaw? He believes he survived Cody's best shot and then came back to sleep Garbrandt with ease. Does winning part 2 begin to feel automatic? Like he's already answered the question and there's no path for Cody to revise history? Psychologically, most of the advantages will be with Dillashaw, but it only takes one small shift in momentum for all of Garbrandt's latent self-belief to rise back to the surface.
Man, every time I fight, it's the same kind of emotion when I go out there, you know? I try to put a smile on my face and enjoy what I do. I love this job. I love fighting every day. So it's more of the emotion with myself and not actually the person I'm fighting. It's more the task in hand.
TJ answers some important questions here. He's either worked with a sports psychologist or a mental performance coach of some kind. Dillashaw is describing a systematized approach to competition. Every matchup is the same because Dillashaw has learned to control his emotions and connect them to parts of the process which he's able to control, like whether or not he chooses to enjoy his time in the octagon, to see it as a robust competition rather than fixating on the outcome and making it a statement about his worth as an individual.
It's crazy because I remember it vividly. I remember knocking TJ almost out in the first round. I see Uriah Faber. He's like, yeah, he's like pointing at me, and I was like, all right, you know, I'm like, all right, we got this coming back. And it's crazy just how this fighting is, you know, can change like that. You know, next thing I know, I get my wits back out, and I see my mom and my wife, and just saw their looks on their face, and I just was like, I'm not going to let that happen again, you know what I mean?
Cody really puts you in his mind right here. This is how he conceptualizes the night of UFC 217. Watch how he fully embodies the emotional state of his friend and mentor, Uriah Faber, while reenacting his reaction to the end of round 1.
I see Uriah Faber, he's like, yeah, he's like pointing at me, and I was like, all right, yeah.
Now watch Garbrandt's body language as he talks about round 2.
Get my wits back out, and I see my mom and my wife, and just saw their looks on their face, and I just was like...
Psychologically, Cody hasn't incorporated what actually happened to him, what Dillashaw did to him. He jumps from the elation of knocking down TJ in the first to seeing his mother's face after the ref stepped in. He knows he was knocked out, but he doesn't really believe it happened because he hasn't incorporated it into his self-image. That's why he can't mention anything about being KO'd. In fact, Cody doesn't tell the story from his point of view at all. Remember, his retelling of events begin with Faber's reaction to the first round and ends with the reactions of his mother and wife after it's over. He sees this event through the reaction of others, not through his own lived experience. Garbrandt has a limited cognitive toolbox. The necessary self-reflection leading to personal growth is unlikely. He needs an ongoing relationship with a personal therapist who can help him incorporate his experiences into a stable and reliable self-image. Well, that's what I see. TJ has done a good job of incorporating the reality of his experiences. This gives Dillashaw a mental edge heading into UFC 227. But Cody has the unique ability to perfectly embody the philosophy which says, empty your mind of all things.
It's amazing how fast these little humans grow.
Speaking of the co-main event, I'm looking forward to the usual gaggle, virtue signaling, and congratulating themselves about the pound-for-pound great Demetrius Johnson over the next 48 hours, only to completely ignore the man the following 363 days. What do you think? Does Cody get revenge and his belt back, or does TJ strike again? Let me know in the comment section below or over on the Twitters. I want to thank a few of the fine folks who went above and beyond with their support and contribution to the channel. A sincere thanks to everyone who makes this all worth doing.
Sometimes I can't take it no more. I don't know, I tell you, life isn't easy. Last time I was there, I met a lovely girl. Oh, a lovely girl. Valerie Dubois.
Valerie Dubois.
Oh, lovely girl. Valerie Dubois. In fact, she told me to call her VD for short.